Hello internet! So, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I'm taking a gap semester, and I can't imagine that I'm the only college kid who's taking time off from school, at least somewhat because of Rona. Please don't demonetize me. Just kidding, I don't have enough views or subscriptions to get monetized in the first place. I made a blog post on this on my university's business school's student blog page. That was a mouthful. The link's down below. And I very lightly touched on the subject. Part of it was because it's affiliated with the business school's blog. I wanted it to be a little more centered around that part of my educational journey, but I guess a large part of it was that I wrote it in a time where I hadn't fully processed the fact that I was going to be taking time off. And I know that that sounds extremely dramatic, and I know that this setback in my life is relatively small. I mean, very small in comparison to what a lot of people are going through. Other people's misfortunes don't fix mine or change mine necessarily. Like, sure, it can put it in perspective, but I'm not suddenly going to figure out exactly what I'm going to do because someone has it worse off, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, being in your 20s, I know, is a pretty awkward time range. Age range. That's it. Some people I went to high school with are already having kids. Some people in my age range are living with helicopter parents. Some of us are just... most of us don't know what we're doing with our lives. Like, it's just all over, and I'm definitely no exception in that I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. I mean, that's kind of why I'm talking to a camera versus talking to a friend. But you are all my friends. I think I can speak for everyone when I say this, but 2020 is taking a lot of weird turns that we probably didn't expect to be going, and that's certainly the case for me. I definitely expected myself to be getting my diploma in business administration in May of 2020 with all my friends, get a really prestigious job, but I delayed my graduation by a semester, and I'm delaying it again by taking a gap semester. And I know that these setbacks, I guess you could call it, are relatively small in comparison to what a lot of people are going through, and I realize that I'm incredibly fortunate that these are the kinds of heartbreaks that I'm facing. And I do believe that it's important to be mindful that I'm not the only person who's struggling right now. Pretty much everyone else is, in at least one form or another. But just because someone has it worse doesn't mean that I have any more direction or any more security in my own future. And that's something that I'm practicing on, just being mindful of my own struggles and other people's struggles, realize that they both exist, and one isn't heightened or diminished because of another. I can go in a separate video as to why I delayed my graduation by one semester in the first place. Spoiler, it's because I changed my major senior year. Honestly, the thought of having time is a little daunting. Like, I always kind of relied on school to give me a sense of structure, a sense of potential for mastery, for socialization, just to fill something that I was uncomfortable with. So a lot more alone time. I'm trying to get an internship this fall, but I also have to realize that job prospects aren't looking the best, and there's a non-negligible chance that I won't have something to fill my resume during this time, and that also is incredibly daunting to me. I don't really know what to say from this point. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do during the pandemic, but also after the pandemic, and how we're gonna get there. I say we as if I'm holding you hostage in this journey, which I am now. But in all seriousness, I don't know. As the good old proverb COVID-19 says, these uncertain times. I don't know what comes after that, but I was going somewhere. If there's a COVID drinking game where every single time we heard the phrase, in these uncertain times, we had to take a shot, I don't know if there'd be enough alcohol for that. My priorities right now during the summer is continue doing research with my father. My dad's a professor, and so I have been involved in this research for a while, and I mean, I could be doing that during the fall, and that's kind of my backup plan, but I'm also looking for other remote internships in the meantime. So yeah, for now, I'm just mainly doing research, trying to write on my own, and focus on my mental health overall. I've just kind of realized that I don't really know what I like and don't like. I mean, there are some things that I have very strong opinions about. For example, ketchup. Tomatoes have done nothing to deserve to be corrupted with sugar and vinegar. But I mean, like, in all seriousness, like, I don't know if I feel like I'm losing touch with writing because I get discouraged easily. I don't know if I'm losing interest in playing the ukulele and singing because I find my voice repulsive or anything related to me repulsive. And the same goes with making videos. Like, I love the concept of me making videos, but I need to tease out whether I love the idea of fantasy me making videos or because I feel like I'm burdening the internet by producing content as if I'm forcing people to watch my content, which kind of not really. So I guess those are the three things that I really want to be focusing on, and it's not an ideal situation, and I'm coming to terms with acknowledging that. I don't have to just grin and bear it and pretend that things are just all peachy. Like, it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be sad that the new normal, another one of those buzzwords, is hard to adjust to say the very least. And I feel like it's important to address that in order to be able to fully move on. So I guess this is a new chapter for me, a new chapter for this channel. And with that being said, stay hydrated, and I'll see you later. Bye!